with Diesel Dogs here at CES 2012. So what are you showing?
Well, we have smart weights, and the way we got invited to CES was originally we submitted a concept to the Bluetooth IWC challenge and ended up placing in the top 9. So we're still waiting to see who's number 1, but in the meantime we were asked to come here and create a demo. So these are just proof of concepts at this point.
So I can lift it? Or?
Oh, yes, please.
So I lift it, there's a weight, and what happens?
What we have is, my name's Eric. What we have is an application developed on a smart device. This smart device here is just a tablet. It will also work on an Android-powered phone, and we're looking into possibly iPhone capabilities. So we have an application where we can actually record a wave.
Record, what do you record?
We're actually recording the actual wave. Basically, the way someone operates the weights, each person is slightly different. So if you'd like, I can actually just demo it for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So first off, so we're going to basically make a custom exercise. In this case, I'm going to just select hammer curl.
And this will be the baseline. It's going to sense what you're doing, and you're going to create what is right. So in the commercial market, what you do is do this possibly with a professional, and then later, when you don't have a professional around, you can compare it to this.
So I'm starting the record process right now.
Right.
I'm actually recording a standard curl. I have it listed as hammer curl. Record. So that the highs and lows basically indicate my swings. That's acceleration versus time, as well as I'm plotting where the weight is in the motion. Once I take this baseline, I can actually go in. I can set up a workout. I'm going to select a routine. I'm going to add this exercise to this routine. I can go in and change the number of reps and sets. In this case, we're going to select 5 reps. And then I can start the routine. The routine can consist of 1 or more exercises, or I can just go in and take a generic exercise and go to town with it. So at this point in time, you can see my baseline is in the background.
That baseline was created by the 2 sensors in each weight, a gyroscope and a accelerometer.
So I'm going to start my workout. So you can see that the waveforms line up pretty good. Now I'm going to make a mistake. Oh, now you can see that my form has been altered. You can see it in the X, Y, and Z fields. And it's important that we look at 3 different axes because exercises, they're not all linear. You have twists of the wrist. Ultimately, what we want to do, we want to get to the point where we can record both the baseline and the current and analyze it so that we know that an elbow is kicking out, a wrist is getting bent, you're performing it too quick, you're throwing out your back, it's ultimately changing the pivot point. All of this can be determined through this device.
So are you planning to revolutionize how people work out with weights?
We don't exactly want to, we want to make people smarter.
Like is there nothing like this in the world?
No, there's nothing like this on the market that we know of at this point in time.
That you're aware of?
We know in the U.S. right now that having a device that's a standalone device and having it integrated, well, using a smart device to monitor it.
Is it here and there?
The actual hardware currently, just for the prototype, is actually throughout the entire handle.
Throughout the entire handle?
That's correct.
So you open it up, you put stuff in there?
Well, right now, yes. Again, for a prototype, we actually developed the weight ends, the handle itself, all the hardware inside of it.
And the button placement and all that, again, is just because it's a prototype. We only had 4 to 5 weeks to put it together, the hardware and the software. So this is definitely not a finished project. It's just going to show proof of concept that it can be done.
At the same point, we have a couple different markets that we're going after, such as physical therapists, gym trainers. Imagine going training with your coach. He gives you a series of exercises because he can't meet with you for the rest of the week. And what you do is you perform those exercises throughout the week, and you can upload those exercises back to the coach. Then he can analyze how your performance was, if you cheated, if you actually did the exercises. It makes it accountability, as well as you have to look at it also as we want to. How do I say this nice?
That's how it feels.
We need to revolutionize, like you were saying before, not weights or the gym, but the way people think. If you're going to invest time into working out, we want to make sure that you benefit from the time spent. You know, you spend 10 hours. We want 10 hours worth of muscle built. We don't want people pulling out their back or performing a bad exercise like a waste of time. We're also looking into social networking. We want to add accountability to a standard customer by having him upload the data through a social network. And then he can sort of compete with his friends and whatnot. They do it currently on Facebook with running, tracking routes and whatnot.
So you have already measured that your solution makes workout better?
Yes.
For sure. It works already?
Yes.
Or you have a lot of work to do still?
No.
We have a lot of work to make it commercialized and be able to manufacture it and put a product out that is sellable. But this shows that the capability is there with the technology that we have now.
It's a proof. It totally works.
Yes.
In 4 or 5 weeks, you could just make it work.
Well,
you already? How long have you been doing this?
Right now, we're for 4 or 5 weeks to go from concept to prototype. Right now, the data is actually, there was a mistake made, but the data is actually, that you see here, is only being generated by the accelerometer. We are calculating all the waveforms with the accelerometer and gyroscope. So what you see here is just the accelerometer, and you're not seeing a gyroscope. With the function, or the added function of the gyroscope, we're going to be that much more accurate.
So you want to use maybe a Freescale for that? That's why you're here?
Yes, there's Freescale is helping us promote the product, and hopefully in the future we'll be able to utilize Freescale's product in our products.